Welcome back. I'm Miranda Kahn. Time now for a look at your money news. A new survey shows that 1 in every 3 of us in America haven't saved for retirement. The Employee Benefit Research Institute says less than 70% of us put away money for our golden years, and the rest who do save have less than $1,000 set away. So what do gas prices and minimum wage have in common? According to this article in the finance section of Newsmax.com, quite a bit. It suggests that gas prices give us a real-time measurement for cost of living. And right now, it says the minimum wage is right where it should be. Speaking of gas prices, cheap fuel may be helping the airline industry. American Airlines beat analyst expectations and has nearly doubled its profit from a year ago. Hopefully that will lead to lower ticket prices too. And Comcast walks away from a $45 billion merger with Time Warner. The decision comes after a meeting with the FCC and Justice Department. Federal regulators say the deal would give Comcast an unfair advantage. And that was your very latest money news update.
All right, from money news to our SciTech feature, an Italian doctor now says he can transplant a person's head onto a donor's body. Dr. Canavero, that's his name, claims he can do this surgery in less than an hour. The process involves shutting down parts of the brain, then switching it onto a donor's body. A team of doctors will then attach the blood vessels between the neck and the head. Dr. Canavero says he will explain the whole procedure to a neurosurgeon conference, which is slated for this June. Now onto our side where we take a look at some of the, let's go boldly where only 3 other countries have gone before. That's what Japan is now trying to do. Their space agency announced this week that it will launch a mission to the moon in 2018. The agency is hoping the mission will lay the groundwork for an eventual mission to Mars. Sounds familiar. Now it's time also to take a look at laser beams. Scientists say they can prevent space debris from colliding with the International Space Station. They believe they're close to developing a high-powered system which would actually vaporize intergalactic hazards. And take a look at these mysterious bright spots. That's a mini planet right there called Ceres, and you're looking at what scientists believe are spots of ice. They say this is water, was picked up by radar. So far, they believe that actually could be ice on that mini planet of Ceres. And NASA is hoping those latest photos sent back to Earth from the Dawn space probe will help solve a mystery. And you can find just about anything on Google, and that includes now the Loch Ness Monster. It turns out you can use Google Maps to search for Old Nessie. The site's Street View function has images of the lake's surface, and the usual yellow peg man changes to a green Loch Ness Monster. They're so creative there at Google, which can be dropped anywhere on the lake to see the view from there. And tired after a long day of work and want to cook dinner? Well, these droids may be the solution. I tell you, the robots are taking over. This video coming to us from Wired UK. A robotics group in London has developed a prototype for a robo-chef. That robo-chef can make meals for only 10,000 pounds. That's about, I think, about $15,000 here U.S. More robots making our lives easier. Reports in the next generation of U.S. mail delivery also could be coming by drone. Currently, the drones meant to speed up delivery for postal workers. No word yet on if gyrocopters will be used, but these drones' top speed is about 35 miles, and they can carry about 10 pounds. Miranda, what do you think about this? I had to laugh about this story.
There's so much to think about. That was really cool. Those stories were awesome.
Well, you know, we have this announcement coming from the post office that they might deliver their packages by drones. We know Amazon has also talked about this. But
I think the key there is deliver.
Deliver, yes.
Meaning that they don't always deliver.
But we had this Hughes guy who was flying the gyrocopter. That's
right.
sort of, I thought of that when we talked about the drone there, delivery.
Yeah, I always think, when I think about the post office, sorry if anybody's watching that works for the post office, I'm probably going to get some hate tweet. But I always think it's interesting when they ask you if you'd like to pay for insurance. So let me get this straight. You want me to pay extra to make sure that it's actually going to arrive.
Things happen. I still think you got to give the post office some credit. It's still unbelievable to me that you can send a letter from New York to California for the same price you send it from New York to, let's say, Wisconsin, for example.
Don't give them any ideas to raise prices on that.
They always seem to raise prices on the postal. Right? They say because less people are using the post office. Go figure.
I think it was cool. Isn't Ceres, when we were looking at that new planet, isn't that a name of a character on Game of Thrones? That's what I thought of.
Yes, I don't know if they spelled it exactly the same, but that's a good point. Yeah. Big Game of Thrones fan. All right, we got to take a look at what's coming up next here on Newsmax Now. Many people helped clean up for Earth Day, and Twitter certainly took notice. #Earth Week. Some good ones, some bad ones, some hilarious ones coming up right after the break.